Hey church family, one of the first Bible verses that I committed to memory as a new follower of Jesus Christ was Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not rely on your own understanding." The thing I love about that verse is that it reminds me that faith always requires risk. Faith means you obey even when you don't understand it. A great example of this is forgiveness. For example, forgiveness never seems like a good idea before you do it, but it's one of the greatest tests of your faith. When someone hurts you, it may not seem right to forgive that person. It may not appear just, but the fact is forgiveness is always the right choice, regardless of whether or not you can understand it. Remember when you were a kid and your parents told you to do something that didn't make sense to you? But now you can look back with 20/20 hindsight and understand your parents' perspective. That's how it works with God too. Faith is doing what's right, even when it seems ridiculous. Again, Proverbs 3:5 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not rely on your own understanding." The Bible gives us a great example of this in the story of Gideon in Judges chapter 7. Gideon led 300 Israelites into battle against 135,000 enemy soldiers. The odds were 450 to 1. God gave Gideon instructions for leading the men into battle. God told Gideon to have the soldiers take torches, trumpets, and clay pots, a command I'm sure that Gideon thought was ludicrous. Then God told Gideon to put the clay pots over the torches so the light couldn't be seen at night, and go and surround the enemy's camp. God said, "When I tell you to, I want you to blow the trumpets, break the pots, and let torchlight suddenly shine out in the darkness. It'll look like a huge army is surrounding the camp. It'll cause mass confusion, and the enemy soldiers will end up fighting each other." Gideon obeyed, even though it didn't make any sense. The Israelites blew their trumpets, broke their pots, and revealed the light from their torches. The enemy soldiers woke up in shock and started fighting each other instead of the Israelites. Gideon did what God told him to do, and the Israelites won the battle. Sometimes God tells you to do something that appears foolish, like going into battle, facing overwhelming odds. Faith is obeying God, even when you don't understand what He's asking you to do. You can't live by faith without risk, but God knows why He's asking you to do it. You can trust Him. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not rely on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take. May you and I be people of faith, trusting God, taking Him at His word, and seeing Him prove to us that He is a God who can be trusted, even when we don't understand in advance how it's going to all work out. Amen.